Energy Month. November is Energy Month at Art of Alignment Academy. And I'm so excited to be sharing a few goodies in relationship to energy, psychological energy, physical energy, emotional energy, and how it all works together and is delivered and communicated by, of course, your greatest organ of communication, your fascial system. Energy and vitality, I believe, are the key to long-standing health. If you can maintain energy in your body, if you can maintain a vital relationship with your energy system so that you are in relationship with staying focused, excited, curious about life, the tendency is you will be happier. It's just the way it works. So without any further ado, good morning to those of you who are here this morning. Wonderful to see you. If you're here, you want to say hi, please post a comment. This is, I'm hoping, an interactive possibility so that you can ask questions or comment as you see fit. Hey, good morning. Chelsea is in the house. Wonderful to have you with us, Chelsea. Without any further ado, I'm going to jump right in here. So, of course, welcome to this week's Duchenne Method live Q&A, where you get to ask questions, share comments. Maybe you have some insights about what I'm sharing. And I welcome you to do that because this is the circle of creation, the circle of communication that I want to create with you, where you get to acknowledge, engage, and support one another, and that we might practice the art of mindful communication together. And this is super important for me because I find that in the world, too many times we have a hard time expressing ourselves because we're afraid to say something that may upset someone else. And we hold back because we don't always have the tool as to how to best communicate. So I want to encourage you here to practice that. Practice asking questions. Practice having an opinion and sharing your opinion. This is a good thing. It's a good thing to have opinions. It doesn't mean that we're right. It just means that our opinions are valid. And the more we practice expressing them, the easier it is for us to actually have better, more mindful, honest communications, especially with the people with whom it matters the most, such as our family members, our spouses, our children, our bosses, our friends. So we want to learn to be able to express ourselves, and that's why in this format, I invite you to communicate with me and to write comments and to ask questions. Okay. Now that that's done, today we are focusing on vital life force, your vital life force unleashed. What's possible for you if you better understand how to use this vitality, how to tap into your vital life force. So first of all, what is it? What is vital life force? Well, in the way that I describe it, it's actually the energy that moves through your body. And we have a few different visions of what life force is. So for example, in traditional Chinese medicine, it is known as your qi, right? This energy that moves through your body, that moves through your meridians. Some of you might know these as your chakras. And we're going to look at that in a moment. And qi is the energy that flows throughout your entire body, along your meridians, and they help to maintain your qi balance. So if you are energetically aligned, the work that I do with my patients and clients every single day, whether it's hands-on or through coaching, to get you in a sense of alignment with yourself so that you might be clearer, more focused. So for those of you who feel like you're unsure about what you want in life or where you're at in life, and you need support in finding that out, that's exactly the type of work that I do with you in a coaching program. That's why I call myself a mind-body alignment coach. We really focus on getting clarity in your life, because if there's confusion in the way that you think or in what you want, there's going to be confusion in how you act in your life. So the idea is for us to get clear from the get-go so that we can understand these energy centers, these chakras, and how your qi, your vital life force, moves through them. And to get us started, I have a little diagram that I wanted to share with you, which is right here. So I'm going to make my screen larger. So I hope that you can see this. Let me know if you cannot. So we're going to start here at the root chakra, the chakra that is at the root of your body. And I just want you to get an idea as to what I'm talking about when I talk about your vital life force, how this energy is moving through your body. And we have the chakras labeled one starting at the root chakra, but energy moves up and down your spine, up and down your energy centers. It's very similar to your vagus nerve communication, where the vagus nerve communicates from your gut to your brain. I mean, it's a bi-directional relationship. Both your gut and your brain communicate with one another. However, with the vagus nerve, what we've already explored together was that 80% of the information from your body goes to your central nervous, to your brain. So this is really important for me as a mind-body alignment specialist, because as I have worked with bodies over my career, over time, I have seen that the body is really the one that communicates information intuitively, immediately. We have senses. And what we're doing here is that we want to be able to enliven our senses, to hear your body's messages more effectively. And in essence, this diagram that I'm sharing with you this morning, your meridian points from traditional Chinese medicine, your chakra energy points, also require some focus for you to be able to tap into them, so that if you feel depleted or out of focus or out of alignment on any given day, you can actually tap in and see which chakra might be out of alignment. So for example, starting with your root chakra, and it's interesting, right? I'm giving you a little overview here. So the root chakra, for example, has to deals with rather survival, trust, and grounding. And the mantra for this chakra to help you connect and cleanse and be in relationship with your root chakra is I am. It is located at the base of your spine and in the front at your pubic symphysis. And it is connected to your adrenal glands. So whenever you feel fatigued, whenever you feel exhausted, you might want to check in with your root chakra energetically. And you just place your hands right at your pubic symphysis at the bottom of your, all the way down, excuse me, of your tummy, to your pubic symphysis bone. And you can put your hands there and actually do some I am affirmations to enliven and energize your root chakra. Then we move up to your second chakra. That is your sacral chakra. It's just almost at the belly button. And this one deals with sex, sexuality. It's your creativity center, your center of abundance, how you tap into abundance in your life. And this one, the mantra is I feel. When we're tapping into creativity, sexual energy, abundance, we really want to go into the feeling sensation of the body. So this is a very important area for you when you feel also like you cannot tap into your creative force. If you're bored a lot of the time, if you can't tap into your sense of femininity, masculinity, or an integration of both of those, this is a very good area for you to put your hands right between your pubic symphysis and your belly button, right between that area. That is your sacral chakra. This is where your vital life force runs through, and you might feel depleted at any time there. So try these. And when you go to your second chakra and you put your hands there, you want to do affirmations such as I feel connected to my body. I feel abundant in this moment. I feel the energy of creativity arising in my body. So you want to do these types of affirmations to help you energize this sacral chakra point. Your third one, as we move up, is your solar plexus chakra. This one is all about doing. So if ever you feel like you are out of sorts, you don't know what the next step is, you want to tap in to your solar plexus chakra and do some affirmations around I do. I am manifesting. The last couple of weeks we've been talking about manifesting or being in relationship to the rules that we impose upon ourselves in our lives. So you want to tap into that solar plexus chakra and start to do affirmations in the active. I am manifesting more love in my life. I manifest more joy in my life. And you put your hands right at your solar plexus chakra. This is correlated to your pancreas. So you want to be able to cleanse, to connect with your pancreas. Speak to your organs, my friends, through your energy sources. If you have trouble with your hormones, if you have trouble finding balance in your life, you want to get into your power chakra, which is your solar plexus chakra. This is where you can manifest power, vitality, and manifestation through the affirmations of I do. Moving up your energy line, your energy chakras here, we go to the heart chakra. So you can put your hands on your heart. This is all about love, healing, and acceptance. And here is where we go into the affirmations of I love. And this is about the self. So I want to encourage you to really think about, I love myself. I love my life. I appreciate my life. I am grateful for my life. I love that I am free to be on this call this morning. I love that I can manifest all that I want in my life. I love that I can soften my heart space and be more gentle with myself and others. So this is very important in order for you to energize that part of your body when you feel out of love, or literally if you are going through a heartbreak, you feel like your heart is broken, to energize your heart chakra and to do the mantras that start with I love. Really focus on that healing power of your heart. Moving up, your chakra number 5 is your throat chakra. Now, this is super important. I talk about this a lot, about expression and communication. Expression and communication. And this is where you want to speak. You want to speak your truth. You want to speak your pain even. You want to speak your love. The throat chakra is very much correlated to the art of mindful communication, which I talk about a lot. I encourage you to communicate, to express yourselves. And we do this on our Facebook group page, don't we? Through our gratitudes, through supporting one another. And you guys, most of you who are here are on the Facebook group page, and you've been super, super wonderful with our practice. So the throat chakra, really tap in here, and you can always also put your hands right at the throat chakra. And you want to do affirmations mentioning I speak my truth. I speak with love. I speak with compassion. I speak with tolerance. All of these affirmations that can assist in softening this energy center in your body so that you might be able to express yourself effectively, mindfully, without words of violence. We want non-violent communication. That is the art of mindful communication. So you really want to be able to expand your capacity to communicate. I cannot tell you how many of us are sick in our bodies, in our minds, and in our hearts because we've never been taught how to communicate effectively. So I want to encourage you to practice here with us in this group so that you might speak your concern, you might speak your questions, you might speak your confusion, that you know that this is a sacred circle of communication, that we can share things with one another here, and that you will never be judged. This is very important when we start to express ourselves vocally, because too many of us have been shut down throughout our lives. And so now we have a hard time expressing ourselves. Moving up to chakra, your number 6 here is your third eye chakra. This is the chakra, the energy center of awareness, intuition, and thought. And the mantra that you want to share here is I see. I see with clarity. I see with compassion. I see with focus. I see with love. All these affirmations will help you to energize your third eye chakra so that you might also see the truth, connect with your truth, validate yourself from being able to visualize through your third eye chakra. And this, of course, is connected to your pineal gland inside of your cranium. Everything that has to do with intuition, thought, awareness is correlated to the health of your pineal gland. So become more aware throughout your day as you're walking through your neighborhood or to the train or to the store, or if you're driving your car. Choose to focus on the present moment and see in the moment what is occurring around you. The capacity to open up our third eye chakra and open up our vision of insight, not just what you see with your eyes physically, but what you see with your intuition. We all have a lot of intuition, and focusing, meditating on your third eye chakra can really help to energize this part of your body, affording you more vital life force. And finally, we have chakra number 7, your crown chakra, that is connected to spirituality and enlightenment. This is connected to your pituitary gland. And the mantra that I want to encourage you to visit here is I understand. Spirituality and enlightenment. I understand why I am here. I understand my reason for being alive. I understand my purpose in life, and to really be able to connect that upper, it's kind of out of the body, right? Your 7th chakra is an energy center, although it is not connected to your body. It's right above your crown, right? Just floating up there, allowing you the possibility to go beyond the physical body and really connect to a much higher source. Let the energy move all the way up through the crown of your head, going straight up to the universe, to the galaxies, and understanding that our physical bodies are only one expression of what's possible for us in the world. So, my friends, let me go back to me. There we go. Thank you. So I hope that this was helpful, that you can get a sense of your chakra centers, how that works, and how you might be able to move through your energy centers. For me, I'm very visual. I don't know about you, but I'm very visual. So when I see something, it really sticks with me, and I can kind of sense it as I am looking at it, because there are the colors, there's the numbers, there are the names, and all of these energy centers, your meridians, are correlated to a part of your body. So do you see the mind, body, spirit, and emotional health all work together, even an extension of your physical body? It's not just in the physical body, it's beyond the physical body. Hey, good morning. Anali is here. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you for being with us this morning. Okay, great. So I wanted to show you a second diagram that I hope can be helpful for you to understand and correlate more effectively what I'm talking about when it comes to your vital life force, to tapping into your energy centers. And this is a fun one that I found that I thought you would also appreciate. And this is the Circadian human clock. So I know that there's a lot of writing here, but I just want you to take a moment to take a look at this. And I want you to invite you to start at 5 a.m. with me. at 5 a.m. So this is kind of another example of how we can tap into our vital life force and cultivate energy in our bodies, our minds, our hearts, and in our spirit by having a sort of map to our circadian rhythms, the human clock, to see when it might be best to do certain activities or certainly to ingest certain foods and so forth. So we're going to start at 5 a.m. This is also taken from traditional Chinese medicine. So between 5 and 7 a.m., let's say you awaken between 5 and 7 a.m. Well, the recommended invitation is to first and foremost drink clean, clear water. Anytime between 5 and 7 a.m. The reason for this is, of course, it optimizes your system at this time. And I've said this many, many times. The first thing I do in the morning, I roll out of bed and I go outside for a brisk walk, or I'll walk in my neighborhood to get the first light of day upon me. And the suggestion that there's no caffeine at this hour, but that we have a very healthy 16 ounce of clean water that helps to cleanse your colon. Now, for me specifically, I like to drink hot water with a little bit of lemon, turmeric, and I have a slew of tinctures that I use for energy and vitality that I will share with you on our Facebook group page. 7 to 9, we're dealing with the stomach. Okay, so 5 to 7, we right away go into relationship with your large intestine. Also, 5 to 7 a.m. is a really good time to have a very healthy bowel movement. So bowel movements are super, super important. I talk about it a lot. If you don't have a squatty potty, I invite you to Google that. I am not affiliated with them, so I don't get a kickback from promoting their product, but it's a really great little stool that helps you, no pun intended, to have better movement for your stools. So just check it out, Squatty Potty. Okay, so 5 to 7, large intestine. 7 to 9, we go into the stomach area. If possible, to have a little bit of food between 7 and 9 a.m. Take your vitamins and have a very healthy breakfast. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it's the ideal time for you to enter into putting food in your system between 7 and 9. Between 9 and 11, we are now communicating, connecting with the spleen on a physical level. So here is where we start to work and become more active. A lot of people train in the morning. A good idea. Your spleen is associated with mental powers, supports your metabolism, and is responsible for converting nutrients into energy. So from 9 to 11, if you can get active, this is a really good time for your spleen to process what you have eaten, right? It really helps for your metabolic processing. 11 to 1 is about the heart, to eat lunch and socialize. Isn't that interesting? So from the heart source, we want to enjoy conversations, connect with people, and create collaborations and cooperate. So guess why I have my weekly class at 11 a.m.? Ding, 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 ding. Because this is exactly why. This is a heart-centered practice that I am doing with you here. So if you didn't know my secret, now I am divulging my secret to you. We meet between 11 and 1 p.m., right? Our class is between 11 and 11:45 usually. So here is, we're not so much eating, but we are certainly socializing. We are collaborating. We're reaching out. We are being of service to one another. So this is a really beautiful time for us to connect from our heart source, which is why I have my class at 11 a.m. every Monday morning. 1 to 3 p.m., we are dealing with the small intestines. Here is where they suggest, the traditional Chinese medicine human clock suggests that you solve your problems and get organized at this time of day. Between 1 and 3, you sort out issues. The body is digesting lunch. So literally what's happening in your physiology is your digestive system is at its highest. And this is where we get to sort out whatever issues we might have. And this could very well be correlated to your workspace. So if you have anything to deal with at work, see if it makes a difference in your life if you start to focus on doing those tasks between 1 and 3 p.m. And then 3 to 5 p.m., we are dealing with the bladder in the body. This is when we are invited to work, study, and drink tea. 3 and 5 p.m. is the best time for efficient work and to have your afternoon tea. It is also a good time to have a detox tea. So usually between 3 and 5 for me is my time to have a warm detox tea. Sometimes I have a couple. So I really believe in detoxifying my system throughout the day to assist me with my digestive system. So then when I go back the next morning between 5 and 7 a.m., my large intestine is working in accordance to the previous day because I have followed my human circadian clock. Between 5 and 7, we're looking at the kidneys. Here is a time when we are encouraged to eat dinner and restore our energy. Your kidneys store your energy reserves. If you feel tired, what did you spend your energy on? Put yourself first. So between 5 and 7 p.m. in my own personal life, this is usually when I am very active. I go to the gym, I do my classes, I do my kickboxing and so forth. So for me, this is when it works best. I tend to eat dinner a little bit later, a very light dinner, but certainly between 5 and 7, if it's possible for you, this is an ideal time to work with your kidneys, support your kidneys by having a light dinner. 7 to 9, socialize further, flirt and have fun. So the pericardium, what is the pericardium? It is this beautiful sac around your heart. The pericardium is responsible for circulation, brain, and reproductive organs. This is the best time to conceive, have sex, or get a massage. Isn't that interesting? Between 7 and 9, my friends. So if you wanted to go with the circadian clock, you could consider practices such as these between 7 and 9 p.m. Between 9 and 11 p.m., this is when we are focusing, dealing with your thyroid and adrenal glands. These organs in your body are responsible for energy transfer, temperature, and metabolic processes. Avoid eating between 9 and 11 p.m. I know this is very anti-European because Europeans tend to eat much later. But overall, we want to avoid eating between 9 and 11 p.m. We want to relax. We want to read. We want to start to focus on ending our day with more soothing activities. Rolling on your foam roller is a great one. I do that every evening and I do that every morning as well. Rolling on your balls, time to chill. From 11 to 1 a.m., what they suggest here is that if you have gallstones, if you have anything that may create imbalances in your body, this is when you might have pain between the hours of 11 and 1 p.m. So just be mindful of that. If there's anything in your body that feels a little off, or if you're experiencing pain in your body, this is when it's processing through the gallbladder. And between 11 and 1 p.m., we really want to be able to sleep, right? So try to get to bed. Anytime between 10 and 11 is a nice time to get to sleep, depending on what time you get up. But really, the importance of sleep and regeneration cannot be emphasized enough. And then from 1 to 3, if you wake up at this time, your liver is overwhelmed by the detoxing process. So if you tend to wake up between 1 and 3 a.m., something is going on in terms of your detoxification system, in particular, your liver. The liver takes on a big job during nighttime when you're sleeping. It really processes and detoxifies your body. So if you're having alcohol late at night, if you have a poor diet, if you take drugs, all of these things, you will have a really hard time to sleep. So the idea is to eat much earlier, lightly, then really practice doing some generating sleep activities prior to going to bed, like foam rolling, like rolling on your balls. Sometimes you can listen to some very soothing music. Between 1 and 3 a.m., this is when you have your deep resting time and dream time. Super important to allow for the processes of your psyche to also have their time to process. And then between 3 and 5 a.m., this is more around your lungs, saying that if you cough at this time, it might be because your lungs are expelling toxins. So it's interesting to notice these things. Do you cough between 3 and 5 a.m.? This is when you might be experiencing the most sound sleep. And of course, this is not true for everyone, but for most of us, this circadian rhythm would be ideal in terms of tapping into your vital life force and really having more energy. Now, this being said, let me go back here. This being said, my friends, for some of you, you may not be able to follow this circadian human clock, right? Maybe your work prevents you from doing that. So you want to try to transfer as much as possible this clock onto what's possible for you. So for example, if you work during the night, then you want to make sure that you're not eating close to when you go to bed, which might be 6, 7, 8, 9 in the morning. A lot of people work during the night. I used to work during the night, and so I had to adjust my schedule. So just know that it's possible for you to definitely have also a healthy lifestyle, even though you might work nights. You just want to shift the circadian clock to adapt to your needs as to when you are working. So I hope this is making sense here. Anybody on the call, if you have any questions or comments, is this interesting? Is this helpful to have a diagram? Are you learning something? Do you feel like you can relate to your chakra system, learning to tap into those energy centers so that you might help yourself both with rest, reset, rejuvenation, how to express yourself, how to tap into your heart source if you're feeling depleted or sad? There are all these tools, and all of this is something that you would want to practice on a regular basis. This is a lifestyle. Everything I do with you here on Mondays is about a lifestyle. It's not a quick fix. It's not overnight, although sometimes I do offer tips and tricks. But overall, what we're looking at, what we're studying together is your lifestyle. How might you make some crucial, important changes to improve the quality of your life, especially if you're someone who feels anxious or depressed or unfocused, or if there's a lot of grief in your life at the moment. All of these options that I'm offering you are really about integrating a different way of living so that you can be in deeper touch with what is important for you. All right, my friends. So that was a little bit about this vital life force energy, how to tap into it, how to connect to it. And finally, I'd like to talk to you today a little bit about your psychological and emotional energy. This is really important at this time in the world, I think, because a lot of us are very affected by what's going on a global level, on the stage of the world. So I want to invite you to be super mindful as to what you ingest mentally, emotionally, psychologically. I personally do not watch the news. I get my global fix about what's going on globally once a day. I get it via a few reputable news sources. The Atlantic newspaper is something that I will look at. I tend to stay away from mainstream stuff. I certainly stay away from news on social media, although I do follow Amnesty International. So you have to become very discerned, right? Use discernment, because this is a heavy time. This is a heavy energetic time in the world where there is more and more weight on our emotional shoulders, in our psyche, because we're all concerned about what's going on in the world. We're all concerned about violence and about how people are being killed for absolutely zero reason at all. This is all based on the political stage, on the economic stage. So be mindful so that you can really focus on healing yourself on a daily basis. Do things that nourish and feed you. So your capacity to focus, and also very importantly, your capacity to motivate yourself. Can you self motivate? To not have to have an outside source for personal motivation. So maybe this is helpful for you on Monday mornings that we have this class. Maybe this helps to inspire and motivate you. I have several motivational channels that I tap into every day because I just want to maintain my chi, my life force moving through my body so that my organs might remain healthy. And also for me, the most important thing is vitality. To have a sense of vitality, of connection, of being in my life and not being pulled out in every direction based on what the world wants me to focus on. So I want to encourage you to find your sources of motivation, to feel energized mentally every day. Find your sources. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's journaling. For me, it's all of the above. Every single morning, I journal, I read a book, I journal, I meditate every single day. And I find that my capacity to be more resilient and to cope with difficult situation is much higher. I tend to be much more energetic. I have more vitality in my body, even if I'm having a hard time on any given day, even if I feel emotions that are difficult on any given day. So to really be able to practice this resiliency and coping mechanism in your lives by tapping in to motivational, optimistic, positive forces. This, of course, will help you with your emotional energy, right? So if you feel like you tend to be moody or you get worried about work, about money, about any situation in your life that you might feel emotionally draining, it's important that you have sources where you can tap in to increase the quality of your joy, your energy, your enthusiasm. Because if you stick with the negative parts of what's going on in the world, you will slowly be drained of your vital life force, this magnificent power, energy that moves through your body. Does this make sense to you? Give me a thumbs up, or give me a yes, or give me a no. Whatever it is that you feel you might be tapping into or that's harder to tap into. Write a comment for me. Let me know if this makes sense to you. And what I want to tell you is the following. In the new year, I'm actually going to have a weekly live group. It's going to be a private group where it's not going to be like this, where I am speaking with you, but it's going to be actually a group where you will be able to interact with me live and with other participants. I'm going to limit the group to a certain number, and you're going to be able to join via Zoom so we can see one another and we can start to develop the art of mindful communication together beyond this system that I'm using here. Awesome. Thank you. Jenny says, yes, it makes sense to her. She's connecting with this. So feedback is super important. And overall this year, what I've done is I've introduced this type of class, which I will continue to do. I might change the format a little bit, but as of January, I'm going to start to have these, if not every week, certainly every other week. I'm going to have these live classes where we get to practice together. We get to show up in a Zoom, and then there's more space for you to express yourself. So it's a mind-body alignment coaching group where you can participate. You can show up every week or every other week and share what's going on with you. And so we support one another. I really believe in community and in supporting one another in this way. Yes, it is exciting, Chelsea. I'm super excited about it too. Thank you for your comment. All right, my friends. So I hope this makes sense. I hope this was helpful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with me today. Next week, we're going to be talking about the power within. So I'm going deeper into the layers of your body. How do we harness energy for resilience, for healing, and for balance in your life. So don't miss out on next week's class. Of course, everything is uploaded to YouTube, but it's always fun when you're here live with me. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you, Anali. I'm glad that you were here, and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful week. I will look forward to seeing you next Monday. Bye for now. Take good care and maintain this life force energy this week. Do something for yourself that increases your vital life force, whether it's writing a story, communicating with someone that you might not have communicated for a long time, drinking that clear water in the morning, nourishing yourselves with excellent food. Commit to something this week. Commit to something this week so that you might increase the quality of your life and that you are motivated and excited about being alive. Thank you so much. Much love. See you next week. Bye for now, everyone.